So I've got visions, right, of Harry Maguire reluctantly feeling like he's doing West Ham a favour, saying, you know what, okay, you lucky lot, I'll sign for you. Tell you what, send a private jet over, I'll jump on, I'll fly down from Manchester and I'll sign on the dotted line. And him getting the bad news. Actually, Tim's in Brazil at the moment, I'm afraid, Harry. You know, you won't be getting the Tim Stuyton private jet treatment. We're gonna send Billy McKinley up on a moped, mate, up on the back or something like that. I don't think it's going to happen, by the way. We've now been told that actually, once again, there's no chance of it happening. I think we were interested earlier on in the window, but I think the last bit has been just a load of rubbish. I wouldn't be surprised if it was drummed up by Harry Maguire's agents to try and get that extra bit of money from Manchester United. Do you know what? Let them carry on. Let them carry on with their haggling for money. I think we're all right. I'm pretty sure we're all right, as I said earlier. Let's deal with a couple of the players, 3 or 4 actually, that we are linked with. But before we do that, what about Micdail Antonio? Reports are starting to surface within the last couple of hours. And on Monday, as I record this, later on Monday, at the start of Monday evening, the Saudi Arabian move might be back on again, and that West Ham are open to this. Now, firstly, I thought Antonio had turned down the chance to move to Saudi Arabia. I didn't think the money was much better than what he was on. It wouldn't have been a life-changing move for him, basically. He can earn just as much, pretty much, at West Ham without sort of the upheaval of himself and his family and moving over to Saudi. That's sort of the point, isn't it? They pay you so much money that you're willing to sacrifice everything else because it will change the lives of you and your children and your children's children. That's sort of the point, isn't it, for the upheaval? Apparently, he's not being offered that much. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if that's changed. It wouldn't surprise me if they've looked at his form at the start of the season and thought, wow, there's a really, really good player there who's just, making a menace of himself in the Premier League. And they would be right, he is, which is exactly the type of reason that we shouldn't sanction the move. I think it'd be a really bad thing to do at the moment. I don't think anybody expected Micdail Antonio to get back to this form. And I apologise if at some point in the pages underneath these videos you've written that, and in the last few months you think Antonio will get back to his best. I apologise if you've written that. I haven't thought it myself, that's for sure. That I don't think he was going to get back to it, really. And I thought his mind was elsewhere, although I had been quite impressed with his performances and his application on the pitch. He now looks almost unmanageable. I don't mean from David Moyes' point of view. I mean in terms of if you are a Premier League central defender, you do not want to be marking Micdail Antonio. That much is clear to me. It's a big no-no for me. I don't think we should do it at all. Now, I've gone with suspicion again. I don't know why I'm going. I'll tell you what, I think it says that about me. Maybe it's me that's suspicious. I don't know. Anyway, the suggestion is that we are going for this Brazilian kid. Now, I've had a look at him. I say kid, he's not a kid at all. Yuri Alberto. I've had a little look on YouTube. I can't say that in the 8 minutes worth of clips that I watched, I saw an amazing player, but who knows? I think when you're watching sort of official footage from the Bundesliga's main channel, for instance, or something like that, you're watching sort of German national television or La Liga, La Liga's TV coverage, I think you can probably get a better overview of what a player's like. I think if you're looking at YouTube clips of someone playing over Brazil, I think it's very, very difficult to assess. So I'm not even going to start to assess him really on that. Is Stuyton over in Brazil? I don't know. I think Rob Newman set up an academy over there not too long ago, didn't he? So, I don't know. It's actually, there's a couple of the other strikers who I want to talk about, though, who probably interest me a little bit more and I think who'd be better. And, of course, there's a left-back to discuss as well. But before I discuss any more West Ham gossip, I'm going to tell you where you can get the West Ham gossip, and that is in the OneFootball app, which you can download by clicking that link in the QR code up there, or indeed by clicking the link below. Now, the OneFootball app is a magnificent and free football app. And the reason it is so good is because you can tailor it to be the app that you want it to be. If all you want is the news on West Ham and you want the news on England and maybe, your favourite competition, possibly the Champions League or something. Why would you want the Champions League if you're a West Ham supporter, of course? But I only use those as an example. You can tailor it to your own specifications, only give you those news. I have it set just to England and West Ham. And what the app does, it goes searching around the newspapers and around the internet and basically picks up keywords and picks all the West Ham stories, bundles them into one parcel and delivers them straight to my phone, so I don't have to go searching through them. In fact, I've used it before doing this video. So there you go, one football app. Use the link below. I know you've come from Hammers Chat. Be much appreciated. The two other strikers are, of course, Joseph and Nesri. Now, I think the issue is with this, there is a natural and obvious swap deal there with Pablo Fornals. I don't want to lose Fornals, but the fact that I don't want to lose him doesn't really mean we shouldn't really discuss it as a viable option. It possibly is, but I think these loan deals are very, very hard to get done at the best of times. And now is not the best of times because there are only a matter of days. What is it, Thursday or something like that? The transfer window closes. Now's not the time to get a loan deal sewn up. It really isn't. The club have... not suspicion. The club have suggested that there are two more players that I'd like to bring in. Again, that is actually, they've reiterated that stance in between the two videos that I've uploaded today. So, I mean, it's going to be really interesting what they do. I just think there's probably, why would that deal not have been done yet? I look at the way we've brought in Alvarez and the way we've brought in Kudus, the way we've brought in Mavropanos. The timelines, they seem to get done in a couple of weeks. It seems to have dragged on the Nesri, and I don't mean dragged on in terms of we were linked to him 2 years ago. I mean it's dragged on along the lines of this most recent set of speculation. I don't know. I find it quite difficult to believe actually. Dominic Solanke. I've changed my mind on this one. The more I've seen us play this season, I think he would suit us. I do. Do I think he'd be a world beater? No. But I don't think Micdail Antonio's a world beater. I don't think in David Moyes' system you actually need to be in that position, by the way. I don't think our centre forward has to be a world beater. What I do have to have is a certain set of skills that sounds like Liam Neeson in Taken, doesn't it? A particular set of skills. And I think Solanke probably has them, which is the pace, which is the strength. Antonio's not prolific. He might be a record Premier League goal scorer, but he's not prolific. I don't think Solanke's prolific, but again, I think he's comfortable all across the front of that pitch. I really do. I think he's comfortable if he pulls out wide and everything. So I think that could work. It really could. Whether or not we'd go and get him, who knows? I don't know. We keep getting linked with him, so there's the natural speculation is obviously gonna happen there. I also let's just deal with Conor Gallagher. A load of speculation about Conor Gallagher just again surfaced today. I think at now that probably has more to do with Chelsea needing to offload him or wanting to offload him than it does any interest from West Ham. Why would we? Now we've got Kudus in there. As I say, I think Ben Rama, was fantastic the other day when he came on as a substitute. He can operate as an attacking midfielder. Fornals is playing well there. Paqueta's staying as well. I just can't see the need to do that, and I'm not sure we would. And Jesse Lingard's training, of course, with West Ham. So I just don't think we'd go out and spend £40 million on a player where the position is well covered. Striker, yes, somewhere we're going to need. So I would absolutely discount that speculation, 100%. The other player is of course, from the same club, is Ian Maatsen. Now, this one is interesting because he's a left-back of some promise. Now, they've got Chilwell there, who looks magnificent for them. Absolutely magnificent, I've got to say. They've got Cucurella, who is a lovely fella, and I don't know where he features. I don't know how he features for Chelsea, but you'd imagine he's second in charge, bearing in mind he cost £50 million. If not, is he going to be happy to play third choice left back? I very much doubt it. So I'd imagine the third choice left back is Maatsen. Then when you look at the situation that they're in, well, this kid was at Burnley last season, and he played the full season and played particularly well. And that's sort of the idea, isn't it, of a loan move. You get the loan move and you impress and you're one of the best players, and he was all of those things. and you get a chance at your club. Well, there's sort of no point in being back there. What's he going to do? Just now, having sort of sampled first team football and excelled at it, is he going to be happy to sit around on the bench at best at Chelsea? I would think not, but I don't know. I would hope there's some truth in it, but it is hope. It's hope rather than expectation. When we're linked to this guy, I think, oh yeah, that would be really good. Not that I'm unhappy with Emerson. Emerson's been really, really good. I'm really impressed with him. He's better than I thought he was. It really is. There's no doubt about that. What I do think there is a bit of an issue there is obviously with Cresswell there as well. We just don't know what the situation is with Cresswell, and I think we're definitely going to need 2 left backs there. So that's something I'd certainly be open to doing, be very, very excited about doing. Look, departures we dealt with earlier. There's still some people going to leave this football club between now and Thursday evening. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But for the moment, yeah, I mean, very, very interesting. The striker thing is interesting. I would like us to bring in one more striker. I think that's really important. But right now, Micdail Antonio, even if a new striker comes in right now, be it a Nesri or whatever, Alberto or Dominic Solanke or whoever else it is, even if they come in right now, they do not start ahead of Micdail Antonio against Luton, and that is because I don't really look around the Premier League in the first opening few games. I know Nunes came on and obviously did really well for Liverpool the other day, but I don't look around and see too many players as fearsome and in full beast mode and in the sort of form that Antonio seems to be. And when Antonio's like that, he just gets the shirt. He really does. When he dips below that he doesn't. So I think we've got one of the informed strikers and forwards in the Premier League at the moment, and I think we have the striker that is perfect for David Moyes' tactics, which clearly are working. So why would we sell Micdail Antonio? I don't think we would, and I don't think we should. So I don't like to hear that West Ham United are open to offers. So actually, if Saudi were going to come in, the Saudi club, I think it's Steven Gerrard's one, the name escapes me, you'll have to excuse me. I think if they were going to come in and try and sign Micdail Antonio, there's no point coming in and saying, well, hold on, we'll take him off your hands and we'll pay him some wages. Actually, his value to West Ham is a lot more, because I think they were saying they were going to sign him for 8 million or something like that. Well, to be honest with you, his worth to us this season is far greater than that. They would actually need to come in, with all their wealth, they need to come in and sort of make us an offer we can't refuse. And, £8 million or whatever it is, it's nothing like it. It's nowhere near. I know he's only got a year left in his deal, but as I say, even if he's a best striker, could be in the top 3 strikers in the Premier League this season in terms of effectiveness. Maybe not goals, but in terms of effectiveness. I mean, come on, there's no point getting rid of him for a pittance. We're almost better off utilising him for the whole remainder of his contract and then dealing with the striker situation, bringing another one in next season. But I'd still bring one more in. So I'm not looking for... I think you sell Antonio, you've got to get Antonio's replacement. I think the problem is at the moment we still haven't got Scamacca's replacement, and that's the player we need to bring in right now.